Boys, what's up? Hey, listen, I'm a Nintendo kid. I always have been. My first console was the N64. The first game I beat was Pokemon Snap, and I've put so many hours into Pokemon Ruby that the game would stop saving. I would have to keep my Game Boy SP on just to play it and beat the Elite Four over and over and over again with Sky Uppercut and my Blaziken. God bless that Blaziken. I'll never forget you. Literally last week, I bought both of these items. They cost me $24,000. That's not a flex, that's embarrassing. But it just shows how much I love all the Nintendo IP. But today I found out that Nintendo is stealing the community away from me that made me who I am. Let me explain why. Now look, you've all heard of Smash, but maybe you don't know, there's a competitive scene for it. It's actually one of the biggest esports of all time. There's one for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the new one, but there's also one for the GameCube one from 20 years ago. And it's actually a really big competitive scene. It's where I came from. Look at my most viewed video right now. It's not me failing to not laugh at a monkey who farts, but also poops. It's actually top 10 salty ice climber moments. Has over 3 million views. I made it because I'm such a big fan of the competitive scene for Super Smash Bros. Melee. I started as a commentator. Everyone I live with in this house, Slime, Aiden, Neep, Nick, they are all people I met from Super Smash Bros. Melee. I wouldn't have the friends I have. I wouldn't have the career I have. I would be selling people mobile plans at Best Buy for $12.50 in West LA. But fortunately, I'm not in that spot, thanks to that community. Unfortunately, today, that community might go away. Look, it's no shock we're in the middle of a global pandemic. And ever since March, Smash tournaments for Ultimate, Melee, whatever, have been going away. Why are you going to have thousands of people meet in a pandemic where if you sneeze in the wrong direction, your grandma will die? And it doesn't make sense to collect people who are literally known for having bad hygiene into one room. That is a bomb trying to kill the entire retirement community in Florida in one goddamn meeting. It doesn't make sense. So, ever since this pandemic started, tournaments have stopped. And that's just how it's been. And as you can imagine, that's kind of hurt the scene a bit. No one's watching, so no new people are entering the scene. And no one's playing, so the skill isn't improving. It's just shit. It's one of the many parts of COVID that suck. A lot of things suck. This is one of the things that suck during COVID. Until Slippi. Now, if you don't know what Slippi is, if you haven't played it or seen anything on it, it's basically a new way to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. Let me remind you, it's a game that's 20 years old. It literally could buy a gun if it wanted. It's a way to play that game online. That's it. That's what it is. But not just play it online. Play it online so well that it beats out the experience you would have playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Online, which came out a year ago. And it might sound like this was made by Nintendo, who has billions of dollars in unlimited time, but it was actually made by one dude named Fizzy, who took off 6 months, quit his job, and spent hundreds of thousands of hours just working on this thing. And let me tell you, if you've never played on it, it is fucking beautiful. I ran a $25,001 tournament only using this software because it is so good. It makes people from Florida playing against people in California feel like they're in the same room. You would have no other way to get Hungrybox to play Mango. And to be honest, they probably don't want to be in a room with each other anyway, so it's better this way. Tournaments are now coming back, but they're now online. Just this weekend, Smash Summit started. You can watch Melee right now with the best players in the world. It's a great thing. But the planned tournament, the Big House, which if you don't know, it's like one of the most respected 9-year-old tournament series, got a cease and desist from Nintendo. They literally have to stop all operations because Nintendo said so. Look, I don't know how long this pandemic's going to last. It's going to last into next year, but maybe it'll last into the year after that. What I do know is because of it, we can't have Melee in person. And because of Nintendo, we can't have Melee online, which means Melee's going to die. The scene cannot last a year without anyone being able to play it in any tournament capacity. No new players are going to join. No new viewers are going to join. They're literally killing this community. And let me read out Nintendo's reasoning for doing this, because this just came out too. Nintendo appreciates the love and dedication the fighting community has for Super Smash Bros. Melee. We've partnered with tournaments in the past and hosted our own online, offline tournaments for the game. We'll continue to do that into the future. Unfortunately, the upcoming Big House announced plans to host an online tournament for Smash that requires the use of illegally copied versions of the game in conjunction with a mod called Slippi during the online event. Nintendo therefore contacted the tournament organizers to ask them to stop. They refused, leaving Nintendo no choice but to step in to protect its IP. There's a global pandemic going on. What is the alternative? Let the game die? They would love for that to happen because they think magically if we stop playing this game, we will all migrate to the new game. Hey, I bought your shitty ass Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'll buy your next shitty game. I love the IP. I'll keep buying them, but let me play the games I want to play. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, Ludwig, they're the IP holder. It's their right after all. That's not even how it works. Slippi does not require you to have some illegal ROM to function. All it does is alters a ROM you already have, which you can totally have a disk, upload it to the computer, get the ROM from it, and then use Slippi from that. From the disk, from something you bought legally. And then the few cases that have actually gone to court about using ROMs fail. Yes, it is illegal to host a site that allows you to download a ROM. Yes, it is not illegal to have a ROM of a game on your computer because you can do it in a totally legal way. That's totally fine. All right? You're supposed to own the game and do it yourself? Sure. But the onus is on the rights holder to prove that it was downloaded illegally. Or take down the sites where you can download it illegally. Do that. Please do it. I don't care. Take down the sites. I have the game. I have the ROM. I can create the ROM because I have the game. And let's not get on your high horse here about it being the problem with the mods. You've done this before, Nintendo. Oh, do you not remember in 2013 when Melee, after raising tens of thousands of dollars for charity, was invited to enter EVO 2013, the biggest fighting game tournament of the year? And Nintendo said, we don't want our game to be streamed. People in person with physical discs at a time that feels so long ago when there was no virus, just because you didn't want it to go online, which every video game company in the world does. That's how Twitch works. That's how YouTube works. That's how everything works. But they didn't want it. But you know what happened? The community fought back. And it worked. It actually worked. Melee went on to be at EVO 2013. Mango won EVO 2013 and 14. It was beautiful. It was some of the most memorable games of all time. I'm glad the community fought back then. But it's time we fight back now. Because this isn't us trying to scam Nintendo for just thousands of the billions of dollars they have. It's just a community trying to enjoy the game they love once again. Boys, the plan is simple. Let Nintendo know. Tweet out #FreeMelee. All right, make a YouTube video about it. Make a Twitch stream about it. I'll try to watch your streams, your videos, retweet your tweets. Do anything you can to let them know that all we are trying to do in a time where we are all so isolated, all so lonely, just so we can help save some lives during this global pandemic. This is one thing that helps bring us together. This is one thing that reminds us of community. And even though I can't go down to Dearborn, Michigan and play at the Big House, I can at least watch it online and I can listen to the voices that I listened to so many years ago when I created this YouTube channel. When I went to go do my first commentary and met my friends that I live with now. When I made a place for myself in the community. Let me relive that. Let other people experience that. Free Melee. #FreeMelee. Please.